What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with Pork Chop. So you get two of these in a row. So either count your stars, go get a scratch-off ticket, or just roll your eyes because he's on my screen again. I'm just kidding. If you're here, then there's a good reason that you're here, and I appreciate every single one of y'all that stop by and check out these videos. And also, it's just a little thing just to tell you that I'm here. I'm here. And I just wanted to do a continuation of what I was talking about yesterday about maybe a potential podcast for me in my future. Yeah, I know, it's a podcast. Everybody's got one. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry, or Tom with a hairy dick, or whatever you want to say, has one. Even Susie Harry with a hairy dick. Anyway, so I want to make one. Like I said yesterday, I'm going to go into more details. I kind of want to do it a mix between like the Joe Rogan podcast and probably maybe Jim Rome, as well as Howard Stern. Those three right there are kind of like the titans of radio, pretty much, is what it comes down to. Especially Howard Stern and Jim Rome. Howard Stern was somebody that I was, lack of a better word, exposed to at a young age. My dad and I would watch the Private Parts movie, the Blink a Doodle Doo, cock, so that, and then WNBC, and then Jim Rome, who I've always kind of been fascinated with and always kind of enjoyed, especially now that he's on CBS radio. He's been on there forever, but the guy is he's in the Radio Hall of Fame, and it's for a damn good reason. The guy is like I said, a titan of his industry, and it'd be kind of cool to have like the sports aspect with him, and then like the music and pop culture aspect of Howard Stern, and then the randomness maybe of Joe Rogan, maybe some conspiracy theories, maybe some, dark web stuff. I don't know. I haven't decided. It's going to be probably just a hodgepodge of stuff, is what I want to do. Now, of course, this is something that is going to take a while to produce, so to speak, because I haven't even started anything. The only podcast that I have right now is Chris and I's podcast that we do, the Chopping Birds, and we've been doing that for years, but this is only the second year for Chopping Birds. We used to call it Who You Got, and we used to call it something else before that. I think it just used to be like Pork Chops Pick'em or something like that, and then Chris was just a special guest, and then he eventually became a permanent co-host, so it became Chopping Birds. So if you guys are interested, that's on Spotify and a few other platforms, including Google Podcasts. So if you want to check that out, go for it. And maybe somewhere in the near future, maybe 2021, a Pork Chop podcast. I already have a couple of names that I kind of have floating around in my head movies, and I have like segments that I want to break down, probably a portion of it, because I don't know if I want to go like 1 hour or 2 hours. There you go. That's your first homework question. How long would you be willing to listen to my voice for? Like, how long would you be willing to sit down continuously, or taking breaks periodically to listen to my voice? 1 hour, 2 hours, more than 2 hours? Give me a specific number here. Homework question number one. And about nothing and everything all at once, kind of like these videos, except I actually have like a structure of what I'm going to talk about. Most of these I just shoot from the hip, and it's the top of my head, and I just have no script whatsoever for these videos, and the podcast would be something that I can like rein it in but also extend it at the same time. So if you guys are interested, let me know. And of course, I want to get interviews with people. This day and age with social media, in this day and age with everybody has an email, everybody has a Facebook, whatever, everybody has a way to contact celebrities that they grew up idolizing, and whether it be a musician or an actor or a baseball player, it doesn't matter. Nowadays, some of those people are available, just at a touch of a button, and you can send them an email, or you can write them on Facebook, or do whatever. And I got a couple people, like I said, that I'm interested in. Definitely some people that are very wide just wide on the spectrum. I got a couple people in mind. I have an athlete in mind. I have an actress, a former actress. Now she's kind of doing her own thing. It'd be kind of cool to contact her. I do have her on Facebook. There are a few celebrities that I have on Facebook, a few musicians and a couple of athletes and people like that I would definitely like to pick their brain and ask them some questions. And maybe you guys can help me ask some questions if you're interested. But of course, these people can say no. They can, tell me yes, and then, put me on the back burner, not talk to me for days, weeks, months, years, whatever. And I'd be okay with that. But there are a few, like I said, there's a couple of locals that I wouldn't mind talking to, a couple of people that I personally would love to get in touch with. And, hopefully along the lines, just have like a networking platform where I can, reach out to somebody and they can be like, oh yeah, I'm available, for 30 minutes here or 20 minutes here or what have you. And that would be kind of cool. And I can just ask them questions. I can let them talk about their lives. I can let them talk about their experiences in their field. And it would just be something that, I really enjoy, like fantasy football podcasts right now, and I enjoy. We watched a movie when they decided to post podcast episodes. I just recently got into the Megyn Kelly show, where that's political. She talks politics, and she has people on the left and she has people on the right that she talks to, and wants to pick their brain about the upcoming election or the debacle that was the debate, or the vice president debate that happened last night. Just stuff like that. That's the next episode I'm going to listen to. She posted today was about the presidential debate last night, and so I got that, and I also have Three Sides of the Coin, which is a Kiss podcast where they talk about nothing but Kiss, and they also kind of go off the rails, and depending on the guest, and they go down a rabbit hole, but they eventually go back to talking about Kiss. And that just tells you, like, you play the 6 degree game, the 6 degrees of Kiss. They interview people like, members of like Styx or Five Finger Death Punch or Black Veil Brides, or, bands like that, that always link back to Kiss, because it was Ace Frehley that convinced them to pick up the guitar for the first time, or the drum solo on Kiss Alive during 100,000 Years. They're like, oh my God, I want to be a drummer just like Peter Criss, or Gene Simmons. Let's be honest, Nikki Sixx is kind of like a Gene Simmons clone, because he wants to be the face of the band, and he has all these marketing ideas and all that good stuff. So but yeah, just people like that, man. Just absolutely everything and anything in between that I can get my hands on. One week it'll be, a political figure, and the next week it'll be an athlete, the next week it'll be a musician, the next week it'll be, somebody that, locally that I've been wanting to pick their brains about certain things. And, so that's just depending on whoever the guest is that week, might be an indicator, like, oh, maybe I want to listen to this, or political stuff is not my cup of tea, or always talking about hard rock from like the 70s and 80s. I'm more of a Nirvana fan, which, if you're a Nirvana fan, that's cool. I respect your opinion, even though it's wrong. There you go. Just lost like half my freaking fan base right there. But okay, so there we go. Sorry, going on a tangent once again. Question number 1: how long would y'all be willing to listen to the sound of my voice? An hour, 2 hours? Give me a number. Number 2: what categories are y'all most interested in? Sports, movies, music, pop culture, politics, anything. What are you most interested in? Name your top 2 you're most interested in, and we'll definitely get in on that. And then question number 3 is, do you think that 2021 would be a good starting point? Because 2020 is already kind of wrapping up. Thank God. We're in the last 3 months of 2020, and I'm ready for it to be over. This year has been lots of ups and downs, more bad than good, but you know what? I'm still breathing, I'm still here, and I'm still kicking and screaming all the way to the very end of 2020, the bitter end. Like somebody said, I already made this joke, but I'll make it again. I hope that we're going into the fourth quarter of 2020, and I hope that it's the Atlanta Falcons that we're facing. For those of you that get that joke, I salute you. For those that don't, the Atlanta Falcons are pretty much the choke artists of the NFL. They blew that Super Bowl against the Patriots. They blew it against the Cowboys off that onside kick. They blew it against the Chicago Bears. They're the definition of just blowing it. Just taking an opportunity and just smashing it right in the face, and not in the good way. So anyway, guys, thank you. Those are the 3 questions. So this is like the podcast future, episode. Thank y'all, and always remember my little piglets. Call them Pork Chop. Loves y'all the mostest. Y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys!